Man, this is going so well. I can't even tell you. I stress about this for like weeks. This is so exciting. I love it that our speakers all show up and they got their plans. This is going, yes, right? Aren't they amazing? All right, David, you're about to be amazing. No pressure. No pressure. He's the engagement coordinator with SFE, and his role, he is working with the community-based organizations, small businesses, stakeholder groups to promote zero waste and other environmental programs to the San Francisco community with a focus on equity and accessibility. Community-based activations. I'm thinking that you and we probably overlap somewhat based on his work this morning. Okay, you're going to push the blue clicker.
Like that. Computer?
And you're going to point it right at Todd.
Okay, at Todd.
Yes, and then right here, she's got a clicker or an iPad that's counting down from 10 minutes.
Awesome. Give me 1 second. Can everybody hear me? Awesome. Hi, recycling update. Woo! How's everybody doing today? Awesome. I love it. I love it. Give me 1 second here. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. So, hi, everybody. My name is David Gunnison-Wiseman. I'm an engagement coordinator with the San Francisco Environment Department. And today I'm here to talk to you about our absolutely beautiful reuse campaign. Because reuse, it looks gorgeous on you. And this campaign is all about how SF Environment made reusables exciting and fashionable. And among within San Francisco and really focus on equity and making sure it really reaches a broad cross-section of San Franciscans. We went for a title that was simple and memorable: reuse. So what were our goals of this campaign? Great. So we're trying to create positive behavior change, and we were trying to do that through reducing consumption. A lot of our previous campaigns and work we've done has focused on being better at the bins, which is super important. But we wanted to look more at refusing single-use items, to-go coffee cups, grocery bags, and with COVID, all the to-go food people are getting, all those plastic forks. And we really wanted our campaign to feel kind of exciting, more social media-y, not really looking like kind of municipal government. And most importantly, we want people to be able to see themselves reflected in our campaign. So SF Environment, in collaboration with our contractor, most likely to, went for fashion and glamour, kind of Hollywood classic glamour. And as you saw on the title slide, and this one as well, I think we really nailed it. But why fashion? Well, we want something that could feel kind of aspirational to people, something that people could, be like, oh, I want to look cool like that. We want these accessories. We were encouraging people to bring those bags, bring those coffee cups. We want that to be like a fashionable accessory. Who here today brought a reusable bag? Cool. So we hired a diverse group of models, both in terms of age, gender, race, and body type. We wanted people to be able to see themselves in this campaign and reflect the diversity here in San Francisco. So that was our target. Everybody's out and about. So how did we reach these people? Let's start off with center to the mission all over San Francisco. Also, 2 big billboards. Nothing says fashion glamour like a big billboard, you know? So this one is on Bayshore Boulevard, kind of between Visitation Valley and Bayview. We also had a great billboard right downtown Civic Center, close to our office. And these could really be seen by cars, which was great, people driving. And you may notice this URL on the billboard. Well, we had a great website basically that people could go to. And this website was available in English, Spanish, and Chinese. And we had facts. One that I want to call out is that 67% transitioning to reusables could reduce trash on SF streets by up to 67%. That was found through market research to be very motivating to San Franciscans cleaning up street litter. So even if though there are maybe other reasons, that statistic in particular, very motivating. And also we did a lot of social media. So here you can see one of our Chinese language Facebook ads. People might get that ad on their phone while they were waiting at the bus. They'd see the ad at the bus stop, want to learn more, pop up on the phone. So it kind of goes full circle. And one thing that was great about social media was it let us promote our activations. So what's an activation? This looks pretty cool, right? Who are these fashionable people with their fashionable reusables? You might be asking yourself right now. Well, let me tell you. So we wanted to reach San Franciscans activation where people could participate. And we did 4 activations throughout the city: Inner Sunset, Richmond, Castro, and then in the Mission, the 20th Street Block Party. And these were like great street festivals. Everybody's out and about. They're excited to be there. So this next video should give you a pretty good idea. Great. So that's pretty fun, right? Yeah. So we had a professional fashion photographer come out, take these high quality photos of people with reusables. And, you know, we had a great multi-generational audience there who was ready to engage. You can see there, nice little coffee cup. We found that that's like the next big behavior that we really want to encourage people to take on. And even though it was, you know, fashion and we're using the word sexy, it was still like definitely a family focused event. Again, being multi-generational. And one thing that I found that was really powerful about it was because we had this professional photographer, people who might have been like, oh, I'm a little bit reluctant to get my photo taken. People got really into the event. And, you know, like I was saying, it felt aspirational. People could really see themselves as part of it. And I feel like that really made it succeed. And overall, 2,350 people participated in our activations, which we are really excited about. And we distributed over 900 reusable bags to people, which was market research. We surveyed people and over 40% recalled seeing either our advertisements or participate in an event, which is like a really great figure for the industry. And I just wanted to wrap up by giving a big thank you. Everybody loves this pug, I know. To everybody who helped us, most likely to, and Farm Use, our contractors, and then everybody from SF Environment. There's a lot of us out there right now, so thank you to everybody who came along and helped. Especially want to give a shout out to Kara. I don't know where you are, Kara, but thank you for making this happen. And here's the team who did it. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to throw our social media up here. So please follow us on social or hit that QR code to subscribe to our newsletter.
We're still like 21st century. They show up at an event and they end up having their online dating photos taken. I love that. It's like a multi-use kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay, we need questions. How's the online group? Nobody's asking questions yet? Okay. Out here in the audience, we've got a question in the back there.
Plug here, if you are a San Francisco resident and you really do want to see reuse happen here locally in the food service industry, reuse for on-site dining, reusable taste, reuse in our city, reusablesf.org. Thanks.
Woo! Thank you, Miriam. And that actually tees me up for a shameless plug. Right now, just kind of telling you all a bit about how we're continuing our work. We've got a commercial reuse program. So right now we're working with small restaurants, cafes, and we're giving away $500. We're purchasing them reusables for on-site dining. So if you know of a restaurant that you can think, hey, they've got disposables for on-site dining, come talk to me after and we'll go reach out to them.
We'll go reach out to them. So
Yeah.
that sounds sinister. Okay. Do we have, we have a question from up there.
Yeah. Got one up here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for bringing awareness. And it sounds like in behavior change, this is a great way to get people excited about reusables. Is there anything you've done for kind of feedback of how they're utilizing the bag? One challenge I've seen for my own personal life is remembering my reusable bag when I go shopping. I have about 25 of them hidden in my drawers and all these places. And so I was just curious, has there like great on the awareness, is it continuing on to see how that bag is also being utilized? Or like how many times they're bringing their reusable cup to use it at the coffee shop?
Yeah, totally. So that's, thanks for that question. So I think as Huey mentioned earlier, we're doing a lot of awareness campaigns, and I would say that work builds upon itself. So while we have this awareness campaign, doing kind of that commercial side, working with restaurants, and you know, stay tuned for more reuse policy. I'll just say that. Hopefully that doesn't sound too sinister either. But yeah, kind of building upon the previous work, having a 25-cent charge if you forget to bring your bag. I think that, and that 25-cent charge goes back to the business. That work builds upon itself. So I think altogether we're seeing that. Collecting data by individual, I don't have that data right in front of me, but you know, we do, you know, do marketing and like look back to see how successful our campaigns are in the long term. I think we're seeing an increase in people bringing their reusable bags, which is good.
Thank you.
Hi. My question is in line with the previous one, which is, are there ways that y'all are directly measuring impact of these sorts of campaigns? And what are those ways that you're doing that?
Yeah, totally. So I think, as I said earlier during the presentation, we had that 40% recall of people seeing the campaign, which is incredibly high for this work. That's how behavior change starts. You know, you engage people with these campaigns, you repeat a message. And I think one thing that this campaign did really well is we kind of made this message different. Instead of it being like, remember to bring your bag, it was, you know, reuse is fashionable. So kind of taking that message and being able to change it a bit got us to that 40%. I'm happy to follow up after with like more, you know, specific data points. If there's stuff, I've got stuff around like impressions around out-of-home advertising, which I'm happy to.
Hi there, Lizzie Carrad, City of Albany, and I live in the city and I loved this campaign.
Thank you.
I'm curious if you have tips for how to make local government campaigns not library of resources for SFE.
Partnering with community-based organizations, and you know, you can craft a message and develop outreach materials that feel less like official, especially around a message like this. But then being able to partner with people within a community, I think that's how you really like get that message across and make it feel like, hey, we're partnering with groups, we're kind of figuring out how to best serve a community and working together on that.
In the late 90s, I was employed by Recology 4 years to develop a reuse program at the transfer station. My job was to go through all of the self-haul and the small haul to get materials being paid in San Francisco. Rich people, you work for Gap and you change, you go to work for Levi's, you have to get rid of all your Gap clothes, stuff like that. And I hope that program is still continuing. I haven't traced it. Tony Margiano was my supervisor, and it got a lot of accolades within the system, but I don't know how else it went. Over.
Yeah, Alexa Kielty in the back there, shout out to Alexa, says it's still going.
Any other questions? We're still, okay, we got one more, yeah.
Hi, I'm Lisa Boriani from Recycle More. Thank you for your presentation. Can you talk about budget, how much money was to produce this and where the funding came from and if any grants were used?
Let's follow up after about budget. I'd love to get into that. And yeah, if that's cool. I don't have the numbers right in front of me.
Interesting point, though. That's an important point, obviously, because if it's run off of a shoestring, that's one thing. But if you got some like big daddy Warbucks paying for it, then
yeah. And this was a bigger campaign that we ran. I think one thing that to the previous question, so I forgot your name, from the city of Albany, that I would come back to is like collaborating with community-based organizations is a way to, you know, reach the community on less of a budget. So it's a good strategy.
okay. Anything else? All right. Nicely done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Pull this down a little.